Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I have 3 brushes and I know where they are. Now I've worked a little bit more on this painting. You'll notice that the angle is different from a camera. The lights changed. I'm painting in the afternoon. I had to wait for my family to vacate my studio. Anyway, so I hope you can see just as well. As always, tell me in the comments if you need me to change anything. I'll try to stay out of the way of the camera. So I worked on this, and for those of you that are sharp-eyed, you'll notice that I've changed this blue that was here. I've actually put a lot more ochre in it. It's never, ever a bad thing to add another layer of paint to your canvas. It's okay. Paintings need a lot of paint in order to create that richness and that depth. 1 or 2 layers of paint is almost always never enough. So layer that paint. Don't be afraid to change the color. Only paint you can just layer right on top, acrylic or oil. Now I'm going to work a little bit on the bottle top today, just a little bit here, just so you can see how easily, again, I can change these colors. Now the nice thing with having the blue underneath is that when I put those warm ochre colors underneath, there's a complementary color thing that starts to happen, and it will enhance that ochre. It will enhance the warmness of those colors. So it's always a good thing to have that layer of paint. You're going to hear me say that an awful lot when I'm doing this painting. Now, if in here, I think you can actually see this. You see how there's some darks in here. So again, I'm going to start with those darks. Same palette. Haven't changed the palette. And same mix, burnt sienna and ultramarine blue. Now the reason I don't use raw sienna or raw umber is they're quite cool, but do remember that. Do remember if you feel like there's too much warmth, that you're trying to get something that looks like a 99% cocoa chocolate bar and you keep getting something that looks like Cadbury's milk chocolate. You really want to get quite a cool brown. Think about changing to raw umber or raw sienna. Those colors are naturally a bit cooler. They appear to have a bit more blue in them. And so that will help you get to your goal. I like to have warmer colors in my paintings, so I'm going to stick with my burnt sienna here. Okay. So you'll see that this bottle right here doesn't look like very much, but as soon as I start to paint in some of the darks here, and you see, this is a bit twisted around. I'm going to have to kick my family out of my studio earlier so I can do this earlier in the day. Anyway, we shall overcome. We shall persevere. Actually, my favorite line is, we shall meet the challenge. Okay. Here we go. Darks. You see how they're starting to pick up and reflect what's going on in the area around that negative space. Let you have a look at it before I put my paintbrush in the way. Now, I don't give my paintbrush a totally thorough clean. I'm just wiping it off on a rag here. Okay. At this point, the colors don't have to be super crisp and super clean. They can be a little bit muddy, a little bit mixed. I think that makes for more cohesive painting, to have traces of all the other colors in. When you get towards the end of the painting, that's when you want to have really crisp, clean colors to really, really emphasize those sharp edges. Right now, everything's still a little bit fuzzy, a little bit blurry. I'm going to put in the lights here, and you see how that's picking up the light there, and there's a light there, and that's a little bit lighter. Again, I'm not really using much linseed oil. Nor am I using white. Okay, leave the white alone. Don't touch your tube of white yet. You don't need it yet. Okay. So that's the beginning. We're at 5 minutes. That's about the limit. So thank you again for joining me. As always, remember to subscribe. I've always wanted to do this. Subscribe down in the comment section, and send me a note if you have anything you want me to cover. I'm going to start doing a series, I think, of 6 preschool classes. So look for those if you've got small children. And take care, and we'll see you soon. Thanks. Bye. Oh, this part. I think I should think of a joke to tell when I'm shutting off the camera. Okay. Anyway, last shot of me.